Hey, 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 welcome to Shamanic Healing Oracle. As you know, my channel is all about healing, being that is mentally, spiritually, or physically. As you know, one can speak life into another. It's up to that person to believe and speak that life into themselves. Now, I had a disturbing download, and it's like it's all about greed and how easy it is for an individual heart to change when it comes to possession, being that it's financial, if it's materialistic, it's like it's so easy for their heart to be corrupted. So in this download, it's like it's four of us. And when I searched the hearts of everyone, it's like they were so loving, so kind, so happy. Everyone are seeking the same thing. So we embark on a mission that led us into financial prosperity. But as each one are reaping, it's two of us whose heart remain the same, and the other two are so wicked. They became wicked in an instant as they obtain that wealth. And it's not saying money change people. It does. Let me rephrase that. Money change people. It's either they change you to be more giving, as you did, as the fact that you didn't have before, or it changed you to be some greedy, devilish entity. Like it was so disturbing. It was just so disturbing. Another person, one of them kill another person just to obtain what that other friend have. It was so disturbing, so disturbing. So I started to meditate on the information. And what comes to me is the fact that our ancestors are trying to push us towards a different direction, a new direction. It's kind of up to us to recognize the information and choose whether or not we want to act upon it. This world is cast in a web of illusion. And those who are in control misdirect us for so long. It's like they tell us what we are capable of doing and how we should do it. And they start from the school institutions. And then it continue in our adulthood or jobs. And this is why they have sector. And if you're outside of that narrative, then you oppose what is to them right and just. But their way have led too many people in that energy of greed and never be content to what they have. And it seems as if the more they have is the more they want. To me, that is a toxic society. It's not saying people shouldn't have expectation and goal. I am saying be content and never think yourself as less than because you don't fit in with the norm of society. It's crazy. Generation to generation, they have keep up this facade. And this is why now more than ever, our ancestors stepping in and be like, no, no more. I am going to force the veil to be removed, to uncover. This is why so many people are seeing so much more, so much entities. They're seeing different suns in our sky. They're seeing figures beside the moon. And we will say that is crazy, but I believe we are now seeing what the world is truly is. It's truly unfortunate for the seed, the chosen seed, because each time our ancestor stepped in or regenerate upon the face of this realm, they are sacrificed either by a family member or these supposed shadow organization, or simply friends as also. It's crazy. Do not think these people don't know when you are about to reborn on this realm. These people use divination. Divination in order to see your star. In order to see when the next person going to come to be free thinkers and to truly, truly speak life, which is knowledge and certain understanding into others. They want to see, so they will position these entities around your generation, around your mother. Sometimes, and then they will say, this is generation cursed, a cursed generation. And we now believe, oh, because we're having such unfortunate situation, it has to be what these as religious texts describe as generational curse. But in actuality, it is to oppress the chosen seed that's coming through that generation. And because there were other chosen seed that born in that generation before, and most likely they oppose these evil because nothing changed. Nothing has changed from the old to now. Nothing has changed. Evil still reign and evil still oppress. People still seek material gain. So these people know. These people know when the chosen seed are coming back on this realm. And this is why so many chosen seed are now born in different location. They're born in different countries. In order to keep themselves safe. In order to cast illusions upon these shadow entities. These are entities. They're flesh and blood, but we don't fight against flesh and blood. We fight against evil in high places, foul spirit. That's what we fight against. I think now more than ever we cannot be cutthroat with each other. We cannot be on that I am better than, I know more, and you do as I say. It's time for us to be in the energy of unity, more compassionate, more kind. And this will allow us to develop our gifts, our spiritual gifts, faster, and to aid the next person, another chosen seed that born somewhere in this world, who is ostracized by their family because of the spirit that was sent in that generation, to make sure other ostracize you. You end up being the lone wolf. You don't know why. You end up being the black sheep. You don't know why. And you start questioning your own existence. And this is why many chosen seed, before they become awakened, they go through a period of depression, anxiety. They go through traumatic recollection. It's just horrid situation, basically. These wizards are losing their power. These wizards are losing their grip. This is why we're seeing so much. This is why we are so many more are recognizing their family members before they're killed. They're recognizing their friends before they are killed. And chosen seed are now recognizing each other. Not everyone are chosen. Not everyone. But those who are, they know who they are. You know what I realized? These people are calling upon different entities in order for them to fight this battle. This is what all these technology, these vast technology, these practice when they shoot those missiles up to that portal to give it more power and energy for whatever they want to come in. And then those who see the moon, we're like, okay, the moon is right there in the sky. Like, therefore, this is not an ellipse. This is not neither an ellipse or an eclipse. And I think it was just a portal. They successfully master how to open and where to open and let whatever they want come through, because they're losing. The interdimensional battle will only begin when all chosen seed have evolved. When they stand in grace and divinity in full strength and power. They, the evil one, can no longer recruit family members to do their bidding, because they recruit some family members from these generation to be warlocks, and they give them TV time. They accept them in these brotherhood and sisterhood, and tell them to sacrifice others in their family, and they always go for the one who are chosen to sacrifice them. This is why nothing have been done, no changes. And if these chosen seeds so happen to survive, they are gang-stalked and hunted year upon year in order to instill fear, and then they block their path. They block all aspect of their life. And it's unfortunate that some of these chosen seed take themselves out because it becomes so much and they feel as if they don't belong. These people cannot see clearly, and that is a good thing. It's like when they now do their divination, it is not clear as it was, hence the technology. But nothing can overcome or be at first before spiritual gifts. Like spiritual gift will always be first. It's natural. It's from the divine. It comes fast. There is nothing they create that we cannot destroy. Now they are using not technology, but they're using biological weaponry. If you know what I'm hinting at, you know. Then they start injecting you with substances. Then now these things that they inject in you, it started to grow tentacles like an octopus in your body. So now there are more deaths before the biological weaponry. Those who know, they know. And like, this is their last resort of power and control. This is their last resort. And they think, oh, we're just going to hide under the rocks, build these civilization under the rock and emerge when their weapon wipe out how many of us on the face of this earth. And we will send monitoring spirit to see how much. And then we can emerge as if we are from some other part of the world, and we so happen to come in these vast technology and meet another primitive race and then have rulership over them. This is what these demonic entities been doing for how many centuries. And we be thinking is some other elusive interdimensional entity, not realizing it is our own government body. The one that we don't see, the ones we never heard of, the family names that were never mentioned. These are the ones in charge. These are the ones who've been doing this for how long. And don't think they don't know how to sustain their life source. They do. Our consciousness never die. And if you can transfer your consciousness into another vessel, our technology, then you can remain alive. Even when our physical vessel perish, our consciousness still alive. This is why so many people now more than ever remember their past life. They start having all these downloads of who they were because it never died. Our consciousness never died. You can call it soul, spirits, whatever, but it never dies. And this is why we are the chosen seed, because we remember who we are. And those who do remember is for us to spread that knowledge. So others understand that you're not crazy, you're not alone. There's other like you. Tap into your divine gift. If you start hearing any entities, don't be thinking, oh, I need to be in this institutionalized. And this is what family members do. They institutionalize you when the chosen seed start hearing spirits. They start hearing all these entities. They start seeing. Now they call it demon face syndrome. And they're like, oh, if you just focus on a dot, it is something wrong with your vision and all these things. And it's like, no, it's not, because these are things of old. The veil is lifting and people can see now more than ever. They can recognize truth now more than ever. So it is very insulting for them. And then they realize they can't institutionalize everyone. So they have to come up with now medical disorder. And there's something that happened to me. I started to tell people, and this is when I started my awakening journey. I begin to understand, and I stepped out of religion. And I start understanding that these people, they are not crazy. They're not schizophrenic. They are not having a psychotic episode. They're not psychotic. They are who the ancestor described as chosen beings. If their gifts are nurtured, then they evolve into something so beautiful, whereas they will be leaders within their society. And people follow them. And this is what these shadow government, which to me they're just foul spirit, don't want. They don't want others to start following like all these other spiritual ascended masters and leaders that we learn of in all these historical texts, being that is biblical, being that is from Tarot, which is the Old Testament. I don't think I'm saying that word right. Or is from the Quran or whichever. that these people kill and sacrifice and then place a whole different narrative. And then it is when you start reading between the line and you see that something ain't adding up and this ain't making sense, then you start putting the piece and piece together, because now your soul is now awakening, and the information is now coming to you. They don't want people to follow these spiritual figurehead, because they will form a different society. They won't be wanting to pay tax and everything, because we know the earth belongs to all of us. Everyone should be free to travel, to walk, to migrate. And this is what they don't want. And it's not as if they need the money. They don't need the money. They just need enough distraction, horror, pain, and lack of in this world, so we don't wake up to who we truly are, and we don't focus on the gifts that are coming, and we ostracize those who are different by labeling them. It was a Caucasian lady I met in Bolton, and she was labeled as schizophrenic, and I stopped and I actually had a conversation with this woman. And it's like, she was like, yeah, they say I'm schizophrenic, tay, but she's bare feet. She's walking bare feet, talking to the trees. To me, this is not a woman who is schizophrenic. She's a person that they have isolate and indoctrinate by instilling the stigma upon her. This woman was connecting to the earth and all these things, and now science is telling us that it is natural to do grounding, because it helps realign every cells, and it helps with our spinal cord. But this is something we're not taught in school. And this, if walking bare feet heals, then my darling, is something everyone should bloody doing. Everyone should be doing this. So when I spoke to this lady, and I was like, hold up, this female is not crazy. she is hearing from the spirit, and all that download was ancestral, and I feel it for her. I was like, if only she connected to her ancestors, if only her grandmother, our great-grandmother who had that gift, if only she knows. And this was one of the things that got me thinking and get me out of religion completely, because I start questioning. And when I start, few years after, when I start telling people, you know what, I could feel energy. I can feel this rate, only to find myself drugged. Not only drugged, these people have injected me with substances. They come in my house, break in my house, drugged my food. This is with the hospital in Bolton, as well as the army in Bolton, Lancashire, England. So I start having severe migraines, and then I start feeling as if there is something moving under my skin. I got drugged and knocked out for 2 full days. I lost 2 full days. Not moving or anything. I woke up with a severe migraine after eating my yogurt. and wake up with injection wound all over my body. As if someone battered me, but you see the big, it's like bruises, large bruises, big like this, all over my skin. And you can see the puncture wound. Then I start having my spinal cord get cold, as if the fluid in my spinal cord is leaking. I start feeling all these sensation as if I have worm on my brain, long worm moving. It's like where I told this female that I am, oh yeah, I feel it in my third eye, that's where affects me the most. And then I start being followed heavily, not only by these doctors, by these army, but also all other foul fucking cunts. Excuse my, I don't mean to swear. Because I didn't have the right people around me who are awakened. I had demons around who think, let's see if we can use her spiritual gifts. Let's see if what she's saying is true. Let's affect her. Let's test her blood. Now I'm being hunted. I move all the way to London and I'm still being hunted. Hunted by these people. And everything now makes sense to me because this all started long time ago. The gang stalking. But now it escalates into people coming in, injecting my food, injecting my water, and doing a whole bunch of malicious things. Because now they want to get me to that point by doing petty things to make me believe that I am crazy. And when I start telling officials what's been happening by them doing petty things, then these officials will write me off as crazy and whatever I say will not have credibility. I don't want to make this message any longer. I just want to say as the last bit, you're not alone. You're not crazy. You know what have happened to you, and your ancestors are pushing you towards the truth, the light, and allow no one to change you, tell you what they think and who they think you are. I thank you for clicking on this message. Please like, comment, and share. I will greatly appreciate it and it will help the community to grow. Thank you very much.